Hi, welcome back everyone to another session of Chemistry Made Simple for NEET. I am Dr. Radha Subramaniam with a PhD in Chemistry. Today, I am going to teach you all a simple trick how to balance a redox reaction in an acidic medium. So, firstly, I'll tell you about a very few important steps to balance the redox reaction. So, firstly, if a compound undergoes oxidation and another compound undergoes reduction, you have to divide it into two half reactions. So, that is the first step. Divide the reaction into two halves. So, one will be oxidation part and one will be the reduction part. And the second step is you have to balance electrons and atoms, that is except oxygen and hydrogen you have to balance electrons and atoms. So first part is to divide the reaction into two halves like oxidation and reduction. Second step would be you have to balance the electrons and atoms except oxygen and hydrogen. So when you balance oxygen, you just remember this point. For every extra oxygen, you have to add a water molecule to the opposite side. That is, for example, if it is for one oxygen, you have to add one water molecule to the other side. Now, the next step is for every extra hydrogen ions H plus, you have to add a hydrogen ion to the opposite side. Okay, so then after finishing these steps, you have to add both the half reactions. But remember one thing, before adding, you have to balance the electrons in two reactions. So now by using the steps, we can try to solve this example to balance the redox reaction. So here you can see the equation MnO4 minus plus Fe2 plus H plus gives Mn2 plus Fe3 plus H2O. This is in acidic medium. So when you get a question like this, what you have to do first step is that we must identify which one undergoes oxidation and which one undergoes reduction. So for that you can just look here. You should know the oxidation state of manganese. So here in again we are going through the reaction once again. MnO4 minus plus Fe2 plus H plus gives Mn2 plus Fe3 plus water. So just listen carefully because this is very simple. Once you follow this, you can solve any questions like this to balance redox reaction very quickly. Now just remember in MnO4 the oxidation state of manganese is +7. So here what you have to do is MnO4, here manganese is +7 and here Mn2 plus, here manganese has an oxidation state of +2. So you can see that it decreases from +7 to +2. So since it decreases from +7 to +2, we call it reduction because it is getting reduced. We call this part will be the reduction part. Now you take the case of Fe, that is Fe2 plus here becomes Fe3 plus. So it is increasing. So we call it the oxidation part because increase in number means it is oxidation. Now we will divide the two half reactions like this. So reduction part is MnO4 minus Mn, its oxidation number of manganese is +7 gives Mn2 plus, here Mn is +2 state. So next what you have to do is MnO4 minus. So here you can see we are trying to balance the number of electrons. So here we are having +7 and it gets reduced to +2. So what is the difference in number of electrons? It is +7 to +2, it is +5. So what you have to do is add MnO4 minus plus 5 electrons here, then you get Mn2 plus. So we are after balancing the electrons, next is you have to balance the number of atoms. So you can see here left hand side it is 1 Mn and here also it is only 1 manganese. So both the sides we are having same number of atoms. So after that, what is the next step? For every extra oxygen, add a water to the opposite side. Now look here, for every extra hydrogen, you have to add H plus ions to the opposite side. Now before that, we are trying to balance oxygen. So here, look here, how many oxygen atoms are there here? It's 4 oxygen. So what you have to do is MnO4, we are balancing it. Already we put 5 electrons here. So number of oxygen is 4. So we have to add how much water? Mn2++ 4 water molecules. So firstly what we did, we balanced the number of electrons, that is +7 to +5, 5 different. So we added +5 to the reactant side and balanced the number of electrons. Now after that, we are trying to balance oxygen atoms, because 4 oxygen atoms are here on the left hand side. What we are doing, we are adding for 1 oxygen we add 1 water. So here since there are 4 oxygen atoms, we are adding 4 water molecules. So now the equation changes, like MnO4 minus plus 5 electrons gives Mn2 plus 4 H2O. So now we have balanced both atoms and electrons. Now next, for every extra hydrogen, so see here the next step, for every extra hydrogen add a H plus to the opposite side. So here, now you look here, how many hydrogen atoms are here? Look, 4 into 2, because here these two there are no hydrogen atoms, here also no. Here we are having 4 into 2, 8 hydrogen. So what you do is opposite side. So this is the right side, you have to add 8 hydrogen to the left side. So MnO4 plus 5 electrons plus you added 8 H plus gives Mn2 plus 4 H2O. So we can see that this is balanced. Now we take it as equation 1. Now just look at the second equation, Fe2 plus gives Fe3 plus. So plus 2 changed to plus 3. Okay. So this is oxidation. So Fe2 plus, you can also write this equation like this. It is Fe3 plus adding 1 electron. Okay. So Fe2 plus is Fe3 plus 1 electron. Now this is also balanced. But one thing is, atoms are balanced. Now you have to add both the equations. But see, now we have to make both the equations equal. So here there are 5 electrons. So here what we have to do is, you can multiply the second equation by 5 to make the number of electrons same. So first equation is MnO4 plus 5 electrons plus 8 H plus gives Mn2 plus 4 H2O. So that is equation 1. Now we are multiplying the second equation, whole of second equation by 5. So to make the number of electrons equal, 5 Fe2 plus gives 5 Fe3 plus 5 electrons. Now we will add both the parts together. You cancel out 5 electrons from both sides. Now what is left? MnO4 minus plus 5 Fe2 plus here, then plus 8 H plus. So everything from the left hand side is already added. Now what is on the right hand side? Mn2 plus 5 Fe3 plus 4 H2O. So this is the final balanced equation. You can see here. So it's very easy to solve this in a simple way. You have to just remember these steps. So whenever you get a question, I will summarize it quickly. Firstly, divide the equation into half reaction, that is oxidation part and reduction part. Then balance the electrons and atoms. The next step is, for every extra electron, when you balance electrons and atoms, leave out oxygen and hydrogen. Then for every extra oxygen, you have to add a water to the other side, opposite side. Then for every extra H hydrogen ions, you add a hydrogen H plus to the opposite side. Now you have to add both the half reaction, but before adding you have to balance the number of electrons and atoms. So we took this as an example. Then finally what we did, after taking this equation, you just divided into oxidation part and reduction part by writing the oxidation state of Mn plus 7, it got reduced to plus 2. So we understood this got reduced, and Fe got increased from plus 2 to plus 3. So that is oxidation. So we identified the reduction part and oxidation part, then we wrote it separately. See, MnO that is reduction part MnO4 minus gives Mn2 plus, that is the reduction part. So you must know the oxidation state of Mn in MnO4 is plus 7. It got reduced to plus 2, that is 5 difference. So we balance the number of electrons and added plus 5 to the left side, and we got this equation. And after that what we did, we balanced for balancing oxygen, for every extra oxygen we added a water molecule to the opposite side. So here since 4 oxygen atoms are there, we added 4 water molecules to the equation. Then for every extra hydrogen also we added H plus ions to the opposite side. Here since 8 H2 are there, we added 8 H plus to the opposite side. So here H2 is on the right side, so on the left side we added 8 H plus. Then we got the equation completely, we wrote it like that. And then again what we did for the second equation, that is for oxidation part, Fe2 plus became Fe3 plus. So in order to make the number of electrons equal, we divided the second equation with 5, and after multiplying the second equation with 5, so we got 5 electrons in both sides. We cancelled it out and we added the oxidation part and reduction part. So finally we got the equation balanced redox reaction as MnO4 minus plus 5Fe plus plus 8H plus gives Mn2 plus plus 5Fe3 plus plus 4H2O. So I hope all of you understood this excellent trick in solving or balancing the redox reaction in acidic medium. So there is balancing of redox reaction in basic medium also, and for watching more such simple and super tricks, you keep on visiting my channel Chemistry Made Simple for NEET, and do please like, share and subscribe to my channel. Until I come up with the next video, I am winding up, and thanks for watching my video.